Today, I'll be analyzing a case about the introductions of Scrum at point to point, focusing on the Bigfoot project. The case look at how a company called Point to Point or P2P trying to improve the way it deliver IT projects by introducing Scrum. P2P is a large freight moving company, and a common problem in their IT department was that projects were always delivered late. To address this, management decided to move away from the traditional waterfall approach and adopt Agile Project Management, specifically Scrum. The case focuses on the Bigfoot project, which involved developing a system to track P2P carbon footprint. The key people involved are Kendra Hua, a software engineer working on the project, and Prem Gupta, a former project manager who became the Scrum Master, and Isaac Smith, who acts as the product owner and represent what customer needs. Why the project started off positively, several issues begin to emerge as Scrum is put into practice. To understand what's going on, I will start by looking at how well Scrum is actually working on this project. At first, Scrum seems to be working pretty well. During the first sprint, the teams follow the key Scrum practices, including sprint planning, daily stand-up, sprint reviews, and retrospectives. Team members begin to organize their own work, collaborate more closely, and deliver most of the planned features. Many of these features are accepted by the product owner, which show that Scrum can be very effective when it is used properly. However, problems start to appear in the second sprint. Prem, who is meant to act as the Scrum Master, begins to take on as much more directive role instead of facilitating the process. He starts assigning tasks and deciding how the work should be done. At the same time, Isaac, the product owner, introduced major changes to the sprint backlog pathway through the sprint. This go against Scrum principle and create confusions and rework for the team. So as a result, team ownership start to drop. Communications becomes less open and sprint outcomes suffer. So overall, Scrum is only partially successful at P2P, not because the framework is flawed, but because it isn't being applied consistently. So together, these issues lower team morale and reduce the overall quality of the project outcomes. To improve the situations, there are several changes need to be made. First of all, the Scrum Master role need to be reset. Prem should focus on supporting the team, removing obstacle and protecting the Scrum process, rather than directing day-to-day work. This will help the team regain ownerships and confidence. Second, sprint commitment needs to be respected. Once a sprint has started, changes to scope should also be avoided, unless the sprint is formally cancelled. Finally, the product owner needs to be more consistently involved. Regular engagement and early feedback will also help ensure features meet user expectations and reduce the likelihood of rework or rejections later on. Scrum is actually well suited to the Bigfoot project. The work involved changing requirements and uncertainty, which are exactly the kind of situations where agile methods perform well. That being said, this case showed that simply adopting Scrum meetings and terminology is not enough. Scrum only works when the rules are respected and the underlying agile mindset is embraced. Overall, the Bigfoot project showed that agile success depends just as much on behavior and mindset as it does on process. Without clear roles and discipline, Even well-designed agile frameworks can fall apart.